Good evening. I'm Chanel Vioca, title expert. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I thank you in advance for subscribing. So tonight I will continue with the new series, Liens on Auto Titles. Tonight's segment will be about electronic liens and electronic lien holders on auto titles. I will talk about what an electronic lien or ELIEN is. I will then share examples of electronic lien holders, and finally cover the process that takes place when you want to have that title released once your lien has been satisfied and there's electronic lien filing on record. So first, an electronic lien is a lien that is filed electronically and the title is filed or retained electronically versus having that lien and title on paper or printed out on the spot. Now, at some point in time, the lien holder most likely is going to have that lien to be removed and the title printed out. So, both will be reflected on paper. But initially, during that title process, there would not be a printed title and lien reflected on paper, but rather it will be stored electronically. Okay. So the benefit of having an ELIEN or electronic lien holder is that the lien holder does not have to worry about having paper titles on file due to theft, damage, losing the title and taking up a bunch of space and storage and things of that nature. So this is the route that the lien holder that is an ELIEN lien holder will benefit from and will take. Okay. Examples or some examples, should I say, of electronic lien holders would be Navy Federal Credit Union, Chartway Federal Credit Union, Capital One Auto Finance, and Ford Motor Credit. Now, these are just a few examples. There are plenty of, electronic lien holders. In fact, most banks or financial institutions that are really huge in this country are electronic lien holders. And keeping that in mind, a lot of DMVs nowadays are requiring a lot of financial institutions, even if they're not really big, to become electronic lien holders because it minimizes, a lot of paper and theft and things of that nature. So it becomes easier for DMV as well as the lien holder in question. So when it comes to getting a clear title and there is an ELIEN in place and you have satisfied your lien, there is a process that takes place. So when your title record is created initially and there's an electronic lien in place, that electronic lien holder has a vendor that will receive a code that the DMV shares. And once that title is ready to be printed out at the leisure of the lien holder, they can, put that code in place and request that it's removed. And they can get a paper title, or they can have the code removed and you, the customer or the buyer, you will go to the DMV and that title will be printed for you on spot. Okay. The overall time frame, a lot of times to have the ELIEN status uplifted can take 24 to 48 hours, depending on the lien holder and depending on the DMV in question. So I hope you found this segment to be very helpful as it pertains to ELIENs. If you have any questions regarding ELIEN filings on titles, feel free to drop me a comment below. Please check me out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please click share and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to hear from you soon.